You're listening to your host, Akeem L. on Hindsight Radio.
We're listening to Akeem L., an American national, but not a citizen of the United States.
All right, is that better? There you go. All right. Every time I try to use these things, they don't work right. So I'm glad I didn't get started. That's why I was trying to see if y'all could hear me. All right. We got a lot of things going on. Let me start off. Thanks for tuning in to the Truth Tuesday show with your host, Akeem L, here on Hindsight Radio, the information station changing the nation. Well, I have a lot of great news today. But first, before I get into the great news, I want to, I got to do my mind uplifting messages, my, messages downloaded to me from the heavens, from the Spirit. And that's interesting because someone asked me, what my belief is about spirit. I'll get into that a little bit later. I'll talk about that. But since I did the show last week on trust, it's been a lot of fanfare, hoorahing, and I've become an internet sensation. I've become someone to be preyed upon. And I got the lovers and I got the haters. And they've gone so far to play a little clip of me giving props to one of our previous hosts there. And I'm going to say officially, but let me, before I even comment on that, let me say this like this. Let me say it like this. It's the best way to speak to someone or anybody who's coming at you or trying to hurt you and, do anything against you is use the Bible. I've been telling y'all since last week, use the Bible to set up your trust. Because they've been telling you to set up a trust since the beginning. They've used words like will, God's will. When somebody dies, what do they leave? A will, right? They say you got the Old and the New Testament. I go to the Bible. Before I read the Bible, what is a testament? Have you ever thought about looking that word up? Well, I looked it up. It said testament, a person's will, especially the part relating to personal property. That's the very first definition. Number 2 says something that serves as a sign of evidence of a specified fact, event, or quality, right? And these are things that are in, because you have what you call a testator, which is a person who has made a will or given a legacy. So you would say God is a testator because he left specific instructions and inheritances for his children, his creation. So he's a testator. So all those can mock the Bible. And people have gone so far to mock the teachings from the Bible from last week, y'all. Which this scripture that says you can blaspheme against the Son, but you can blaspheme against the Spirit. That's an unforgivable sin. Now, this I would never, ever, no matter what faith someone has, make fun of someone's belief system. And the Constitution protects you from these types of situations. That's an actionable offense. You can actually sue someone for infringing on your religious freedoms, your religious freedoms. That can cause extreme emotional distress, and that is the cause of action. But when you don't read and study these things, and you don't study the law, you don't understand that your actions can lead to destruction, calamity, financial destruction. All of these ancient books that's been left behind, like the Bible, the Torah, the Quran, and all the other ones that you want to, that people believe in, people have different beliefs around the world, and guess what? When I look at these people and the beliefs that they have, they are being successful at it. I go into Korean restaurants, Vietnamese restaurants. They got their little altars set up right at the door, and they're living well with that belief. And the Bible is very talks about that. Y'all didn't know that. You know, it says, let's see. Here's a scripture. Romans chapter 14 says, welcome those who are weak in faith, but not for the purpose of quarreling over opinions. Now, that's one of the things I say in this community of the space that I teach in. There's a lot of people quarreling over opinions, right? Because they believe they have better information or, things like that. We don't have to quarrel because the truth always reveals itself eventually. Me, I speak what I say, I read, I show you, and then let time tell. Here you go. Verse 2. Some believe in eating anything, while the weak eat only vegetables. That's interesting. It says the weak eat only vegetables. This is Romans chapter 14. Y'all didn't know that scripture was there, did you? Those who eat meat must not despise those who abstain, and those who abstain must not pass judgment on those who eat, for God has welcomed them. Who are you to pass judgment on servants of another? Are you to pass judgment on servants of another? It is before their own Lord that they stand or fall, and they will be upheld, for the Lord is able to make them stand. So they're saying it's not our position to judge other people's customs because you don't believe in it. And this is straight out the Bible. You can go get it. Romans chapter 14. And that's what's happening. You read through the Bible, people don't like what you say, and I don't care what anybody says. I believe the people that contacted me and emailed me and said, hey, you showed last Tuesday. You made me see things a lot different. You made me see the Bible in a different light. Yes, a lot of us have gone to churches and we didn't get the food that we needed. That's because the teacher was lacking. The teacher didn't have the divine spirit that can take you to the deeper things of what is being said in the Bible. A lot of preachers are teaching from what you call a kindergarten level of spirituality. They haven't grown up. So they got a church full of kindergartens, and they're all teaching the same stuff over and over and over again. They're not getting down to the deeper things of God. And that's what my role is. I come in and I break it down and go into the deeper things, the deeper information, the higher consciousness levels of things. Y'all know what it's like trying to speak to someone. You're coming from a point of view and they just don't get it. The Bible speaks on these things that people will not see, even if it was spoken plainly. So be careful how you treat other people's faith. Because if you look at the Bible, the Israelites was God's chosen people, and they were the most hard-headed, stiff-necked people in the Bible. And this is why they suffered judgment consistently throughout the Bible. But God said something about that. He said it. He said this. Let's start here. Romans chapter 11. So that you may not claim to be wiser than you are, brothers and sisters, I want you to understand this mystery. Listen. A hardening has come upon part of Israel until the full number of the Gentiles have come in. So he's saying their hearts were hardened. Their minds were closed. Their eyes were shut. Because a certain number of certain people had to come in. He said the Gentiles had to come in. And so all Israel will be saved, as it is written. So even though the Israelites, God's people, were hard-headed, they still are going to get part of that trust, become a part of that. That's if they confess and connect themselves to the trust. Come back. Now, it's not going to be an automatic, just because you come back. Out of Zion will come the deliverer. He will banish ungodliness from Jacob, and this is my covenant with them when I take away their sin. Take away their sin. Now, here's a clue. What have I already told you what sins was? Social identification number system. That means you need to take away that sin. Leave that alone, right? Then it says, 28, as regards the gospel, they are enemies of God for your sake, but as regards election, they are beloved. For the sake of their ancestors, for the gifts and the calling of God are irrevocable. Irrevocable trust. It's not me saying it. Now, it was also said that I didn't read any laws. I'm reading the supreme law. I'm reading the Bible. See, y'all have to understand, in that courtroom, they go off the Bible. There's a Bible sitting in every courtroom. As a matter of fact, I was in the court today and saw a Bible sitting there on the desk. Inside of the courtroom. So, nothing to that Bible, then why are the courts using it? So that means if they're using it, you should be connecting to it somehow so that you can be redeemed, so that you can be under the covenant of God. That's part of the redemption process. Yeah, they got books about the redemption this and redemption that, and none of those books ever show you that the real redemption comes straight out of the scriptures. It tells you exactly what to do. All you have to do is read it. The Bible says you must read it day and night. Make it a part of your life. Make it a way of life. This is what I also want to talk about. And I always use the life of Christ as an example. When he was being persecuted, they were coming at him. You know, he didn't defend himself. Why didn't he defend himself? Why did he? Every now and then he had a rebuking of the scribes and Pharisees. For the most part, he just taught. He kept teaching. And it says here, Romans chapter 12, and do not curse them. Rejoice with those who rejoice. Weep with those who weep. Live in harmony with one another. Do not be haughty, but associate with the lowly. Do not claim to be wiser than you are. Do not repay anyone evil for evil, but take thought for what is noble in the sight of all. It just told you what to do. Here's the instructions right there. When you're being attacked, people coming at you, don't attack evil for evil. Why? Because the moment you initiate an evil action against someone, that evil action is going to be returned to you tenfold. This is why the scriptures are wise. You let people throw their verbal daggers at you. Spiritual armor, that's not going to bother you. Actually, it's going to make you stronger. You know, I mentioned earlier how, they playing a little clip of me giving accolades. Let me show y'all how, that's really done. Since that clip's been playing, I've been getting consultations. My YouTube following went up. God will make your enemies your footstool. He will promote you through the mouths of your enemies. Now, I don't have any enemies. When I say enemies, they have perceived themselves to be an enemy to me. I don't perceive them as enemies or anyone else because I don't need that type of negative in my mind. The Bible says don't return evil for evil. To perceive someone as an enemy is to have an evil thought. Now, let's not get it twisted. You also got to be careful and protect yourself. Now, I'm always ready. I'm peaceful. But I do know how to swing the sword, whether it be verbal or an actual sword. So, yes, I will protect myself and my family from any type of aggression. But what I'm saying is I don't have to come in with the mindset of action and wanting to hurt someone. I'm coming from a mindset of protection. It's called one thing I liked about Steven Seagal is his method of martial arts was use his enemy's strengths against him. So he never was attacking. They would attack him and he would take their strengths and switch it back on them. Very effective technique. So you're going to have to learn the art of taking your enemy's strength, people who come at you, and use it against you. So let me give you a scenario. You got a person who's got a lot of followers and people follow them. And then they take the clip of you giving them props and put it on their channel and keep sharing. Now, that's thousands of people seeing this video of me being respectful and honorable. That raises the curiosity in the mind of the person. Because, if you've ever been a person who's listened to gossip, people talking about other people, best example I give is guys and their girlfriends or men and their wives, husbands and wives. Husband doesn't want the wife to talk to a guy. Don't deal with him. And he's always constantly talking to her about talking to this guy. And it raises her curiosity level because you keep enforcing that image of this guy into her mind. And I've seen this happen where a guy talks about another guy so much that the girl ends up getting with him. And vice versa. It happens both ways. But I use the guys against the girl because I've seen it more on that side than on the other side. In that area, I believe women are a little more smarter than men when it comes to things like that. But, yeah. So what do you think? So what do I say? It said, the Bible said what? Bless those who curse you. So blessed be to the ones that promoted me and made me a internet sensation for at least a week. That's what you do. You take it as a blessing. You return for evil, you return love back at all times. You see? So, yeah, there you go. So, what is it, 7:36? Let's see. Let me see. Yeah, I got some more words to share with you. I'm just skimming real quick. Give me a second. Oh, yeah. This is another important scripture I wanted to mention to you. Romans chapter 12, verses 3. By the grace given to me, I say to everyone among you, not to think of yourselves more highly than you ought to think, but to think with sober judgment, each according to the measure of faith that God has assigned. For as in one body we have many members, and not all the members have the same function. So we who are many are one body in Christ, and individually we are members of one of another. We have gifts that differ according to the grace given to us. Prophecy in proportion to faith. Ministry in ministering. The teacher in teaching. The exhorter in exhortation. The giver in generosity. The leader in diligence. Passionate in cheerfulness. So we all have our gifts. So it's no need for us to hate on people because they are excelling in their gifts. We need to pay attention to our own gifts that we've been given. Pay attention to your own special qualities. That's a big reason why people are not successful or have issues with others. Because they're so busy worrying about other people topping them or being better than them or just simply being jealousy. They're not working on themselves. Listen, I am more than a full-time job. I think I'm 2 jobs. On myself. Constantly, daily, I'm battling my own thoughts. Things I want to do, how I want to, lash out. I'm constantly dealing with that, So I don't have time to try to deal with all of the pettiness. And let's be honest, men, reason why a lot of times we're having issues because a lot of us are not really acting like men. We're just doing petty little things that make no sense at all. And then we wonder why our women, our mates are looking at us sideways because we don't really have males out there showing an example of good leadership. You see? This is why our youngsters are coming up with problems. Because they're not seeing that male, that masculinity, that true protector spirit. No, we got guys on Facebook and all these other social media things worried about attacking each other. Petty little stuff. You know, there's a word I could use, but I don't want to use strong language. I'm working on that. I don't want to do that anymore. So, listen, all I have for everyone and anyone, peace, blessings, wealth, prosperity, health, to everyone. That's what I want to see. I want everybody doing good. Because if we all doing good, guess what? The world is at peace. My life is peaceful for the most part. Like 95% of my life, 99% of my life does not have any drama in it. And the only real drama I get is, you know, doing a show, hearing little people sending me crazy emails or posting bad comments on my videos. And you know what? I don't even look at those comments. I immediately delete them. I don't. So if you a person who's listening and you like posting, you're one of those that's been posting your little nasty comments, I don't read them. I'm just letting you know you're wasting your time. So save your energy. How about typing up a proposal for a business? Do something. You know, go type up some type of, write a letter, you know, some inspirational thing for yourself, some affirmations. Do something like that. Do something productive with your time. You'll be better off that way. You'll be more successful that way. Because to tell you the truth, most people don't care what you have or believe when you're writing those things. They don't care. Because I'm going to have people who respect and want to follow me regardless of what people say. And here's number one thing is I'm going to be okay regardless because my will, my trust that I'm connected to says that I will live abundantly. I don't have to worry about anything. That's what the book I look to and subscribe to said. And so far, it's been spot on point. I live very good. I have abundance. I'm able to pay my bills without worrying about if I can pay my bills. Okay? So, 741, thank you. Thanks for listening to that message. I may get inspired and get a second wind on this. That was just low key. Later on, at around 8:05, after my daughter calls, I got, and introduce y'all to some people. Some changes, some structural changes here at Hindsight. Before I do that, I had to go to court today to handle a small matter. It was a very small matter. Someone was trying to, they really wasn't trying to sue me. They sued me in the wrong name. They had it all spelled wrong. But because my son took service of it and they recorded it that, they delivered to the son, that means I had to step in and deal with the situation. And it came to a house. The service was done at a house I have not lived at since like 2000, early 2002, something like that. It's been a long time since I've actually considered my residence. So I had to go to court. I did it. Immediately I've always told you guys to do a motion to dismiss. Always do it. Even if you feel like it's not going to do anything, always do a motion to dismiss. Why? Because it gives you time to really answer. It extends your time. And motions to dismiss are good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to play the case. Just happened this morning. And let y'all hear me. Now, it's a little noisy on some parts because I had it in my pocket, the recorder. So I went in there. I want y'all to hear that I do with y'all. I do what I teach y'all. Here it goes.
Hakeem Barber. The name is spelled wrong on there. I'm the alleged defendant. That's supposedly that name is spelled wrong. Just get it right.
You're Barber.
I'm Hakeem Barber, yes.
Anyone here for Phillips Motor Company? Do you have any email or anything to call?
I noticed them. I did a motion to dismiss.
The correct spelling of your name.
It's Akiem Barber. Yes.
Anything, I'm checking just to make sure we don't have any kind of motion for continuance or anything.
Okey-dokey. Well, let me hear your motion.
Here on the unopposed motion, I noticed him. I filed a motion on November the 19th, mailed it to the plaintiff's attorney of record. I think it's Walter B. Tard. The motion is the court lacks jurisdiction over the subject matter, over the person's services process is wrong, and insufficient service of process, and fails to state sufficient facts to state a claim. The plaintiff entered a complaint against Hakeem Barber, which is not my name, never lived at that address ever. My son took notice. He gave me a call and told me about this, so I had to answer this. I've never been to this place of business to do any type of car repair work, and at the time this repair work was going on, I was in Charlotte handling a business matter in the bank. So I've never been to this place of business. So I think they have the wrong person on the complaint. Since this motion is unopposed and there are no facts sufficient to support this claim, I ask the court to dismiss this with prejudice.
So, do you own a BMW?
I own a BMW, but he's got BMW, no facts, no VIN number, no anything like that. And I don't drive that vehicle.
Have you ever been to Phillips Auto?
Never. And just, can I add, when I got the complaint, I went up to the business and asked the owner, because I asked him, I said, can you show me the footage of when I came into your place of business? And he said his attorney had all of that information. And if you look at the complaint, there's no exhibits, no sworn statements. It's just the attorney alleging, just hearsay statements in the complaint.
What about this address on Lost Logan?
That is, I own that home, but I haven't lived there since 2002. My ex-wife lives there.
So your son is named Javon?
My son's name is Javon Barber. That's why I had to answer it, because they put in a notice that they served at that address to my son.
Do you have a driver's license or ID?
Sure. Now, that is not my current address. This is my current address. According to the DMV, I just never went and updated the record. This is my concealed weapons permit with the correct address.
We got a South Carolina driver's license issued December 6, 2018, spelling A-K-I-E-M, last name B-A-R-B-E-R. That address was in Myrtle Beach, North Kings Highway. And then a concealed weapons permit just issued August 29th, 2019. Same spelling of the name. Appears to be the gentleman standing in front of me. That address is in Fort Mill, South Carolina. All right. The motion to dismiss is granted based on lack of personal jurisdiction, improper service, I think just those two. Because I do think the court has jurisdiction over the subject matter of this action.
I understand.
It may not be you, but
Right.
the topic that they're talking about, someone owes debt to Phillips
Correct.
Auto.
I get that.
So that would be proper in this court. I haven't made a determination whether the complaint sets forth a cause of action. It probably does, and I could check that, but it's not necessary
Okay.
if you're not the right person. But, right, lack of personal jurisdiction and evidently improper service process. Your motion granted.
All right. Thank you. Have a good day. Thank you.
All right, there you have it. Okay. Let me give y'all a lesson here on this motion, or this. Some might be thinking, what was taking so long? Remember, I never showed up to defend this motion, right? Defend their side, to defend their cause. So the court was actually doing their job. Just because someone doesn't show up to court doesn't give you an automatic default judgment. So she had to go through to make sure that all of what I was saying was on the record, because that's why she was saying those things. She was repeating stuff because the clerk reporter was typing all that in. So my statements and my motion became facts. And when out the other side there were no facts. Why I had to go through, even though the other side wasn't there, I had to go through the motions of stating why this case needs to be dismissed. See, what's happening is I see a lot of people going, oh, just dismiss it. No, you got to break it down for them. Now, I could have did a better job, but I did good enough. I told you guys, if you're not prepared spiritually for these courtrooms, they have a strong energy in there. And you have to battle that energy to be able to speak in the courtroom. Even with my experience, I still had to fight that energy. And my thoughts were scrambling. But I did okay, and I got through it. Case dismissed. So she had to go through the case, make sure that the other side didn't put in a continuance. That's what they were doing. They were checking the computer, doing all of that before they gave me the motion. And she was very nice. She was a nice judge. And somebody, he gave them a driver's license. This is a civil case. I didn't have to worry. I wasn't being locked up for anything. You see? Plus, my paperwork, as a matter of fact, I will read the paperwork to you that I put in. So y'all can, I'm going to use this as a template and put it up on the site. It's notice in motion to dismiss. Comes now, Barbara Akeem doing business as Akeem Barber, all caps. National, but not a citizen of the United States, moves this honorable court to dismiss the above-mentioned case pursuant to SCRP 12B 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, and 7 on the following grounds. Now, I know y'all said, don't use statutes, don't use statutes. In simple cases, I use statutes. because it's not about, using me as collateral for prison or something like that. I use it. And as you can see, it's very effective on the following grounds. Number one, the court lacks jurisdiction over subject matter. Now, if y'all don't want to purchase this template, y'all better get your pens out or go back and listen, because I'm going to read the whole motion with the brief to go with it, okay, before 8 o'clock get here. Okay, this court lacks jurisdiction over this subject matter. This court lacks jurisdiction over the person. The service of process is improper. The service of process is insufficient. The plaintiff has failed to state facts sufficient to constitute a cause of action. The plaintiff has failed to join a party under Rule 19. Wherefore, Barbara Hakeem, doing business as Hakeem Barber, seeks a judgment of dismissal of the above-mentioned case. See attached brief in support of this motion. So you do a motion to dismiss, but you also have to have a memorandum or brief in support of the motion. So, brief in support of motion to dismiss. Thumbs down. Barbara Hakeem, doing business as Hakeem Barber, an American national, but not a citizen of the United States, enters the brief in support of the above-mentioned motion. 1, this court lacks jurisdiction over the subject matter. All I did was take what I started off with. Now I'm going to give details. The above-named defendant does not exist at the residence and has never lived at. I got the address. I'm not going to bring that out. Barbara Hakeem, doing business as Hakeem Barber, has never contracted with the above-named plaintiff. Furthermore, Barbara Hakeem, doing business as Hakeem Barber, has never visited or delivered a BMW, in quotations, for repairs and made any payments by phone to the plaintiff on July 10, 2019, or any other dates prior to or after July 10, 2019. The above-named defendant plaintiff is a stranger. 2, this court lacks jurisdiction over the person. The above-named defendant does not exist at this residence. No individual has lived at this residence by the name of Hakeem, they have it spelled A-K-I-M, and Barbara, B-A-R-B-A-R-A, at any time now or in the past. Barbara Hakeem, doing business as Hakeem Barber, does not live at this residence and does not live in Richland County. Barbara Hakeem, DBA, Hakeem Barber, has never contracted with plaintiff on or around July 10, 2019. 3, the service of process is improper. The above-named defendant does not exist or has ever existed at this residence. The service of process is insufficient. The named defendant does not exist or has ever existed at this residence. 5, the plaintiff has failed to state facts sufficient to constitute a cause of action. The complaint states that the above-named defendant repaired a BMW on or around July 10, 2019. Counsel has not presented any exhibits such as a contract with a wedding signature identifying a specific vehicle, make and model, or any sworn testimony from the plaintiff alleging these facts. The complaint is just alleged facts made by the plaintiff's attorney. The attorney is testifying to facts he has no firsthand knowledge of. Trinity brief Aguilera statements of counsel in brief or in argument are not sufficient for summary judgment. Claim is unsupported by affidavits and depositions and is incomplete. Plaintiff, through his attorney, is asking the court to render judgment in their favor, unsupported by any evidence. This claim is hearsay. Now, I notice y'all listening to language I'm using that you have never really heard anywhere else. Any other show. The way I'm wording this, I word it this way on purpose. You know why? Because I study and I read, and I know what words trigger certain responses from these courts. You see? That's why people come at me and want me to, through this ministry, help them, because I know which words get results. 6, the plaintiff has failed to join a party under Rule 19. A person to be joined, if feasible, a person who is subject to service of process who joined her will not deprive the court of jurisdiction over the subject matter of the action shall be joined as a party in the action if, 1, in his absence, complete relief cannot be accorded among those already parties, or, let me stop right there. Hang on, y'all. I will be right back. Hold on. All right, I'm back. Okay, let me mute that. Okay, where was I? I was on number 6. The plaintiff has failed to join a party under Rule 19. A person to be joined if feasible. A person who is subject to service of process and who joined will not deprive the court of jurisdiction over the subject matter of the action shall be joined as a party in the action if, 1, in his absence, complete relief cannot be accorded among those already parties, or 2, he claims an interest relating to the subject of the action and is so situated that disposition of the action in his absence may, 1, as a practical matter, appear or impede his ability to protect the interest, or leave any of the persons already parties subject to substantial risk of incurring double, multiple, or otherwise inconsistent obligations by reason of his claimed interest if he has not been so joined. The court shall order that he be made a party. If he should join it as plaintiff but refuses to do so, he may be made a defendant or, in a proper case, an involuntary plaintiff. The above-named defendant does not exist and is improper for this complaint. Finally, the above-mentioned complaint lacks the elements to state a facts and cause of action. Counsel has named a defendant that does not exist. Barbara Hakeem has never entered into any contract with the plaintiff on or around July 10, 2019. Counsel is testifying to facts he has no first-hand knowledge of and has not presented signed affidavit, sworn testimony, or any exhibits from someone with first-hand knowledge to support this claim. This court lacks jurisdiction over Barbara Hakeem because he is not resident of Richland County and has not been a resident of Richland County since December 2015. The service of process is improper. Barbara Hakeem, DBA, Hakeem Barber was not properly served. Wherefore, Barbara Hakeem, DBA, Hakeem Barber seeks a judgment of dismissal of the above-mentioned case. Then the certificate of service says, I certify that a copy has been furnished to all parties listed below by U.S. mail with proper first-class mail attached, a motion to dismiss and brief in support with the clerk's stamp on it. So, there you have it. I just read the whole motion. So if you're good and you go back and transcribe it, you just got it for free. But for those of you guys who want, don't want to go through that work, I will post this on my website as a template because this is a successful template and it got me a dismissal easily. And what did you notice about that? There was no conflict in there. I wasn't acting all, I'm a living man, blah, 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 barking that crap out there. I just went in there and I asserted. Now, they were reading my paperwork. My paperwork says who I am. I don't have to bark it. I don't have to force them to accept it. Okay? So, this is what I'm going to do. That's it. That's the lesson. Motion to dismiss. Plus, I did a little preaching. Hope you got something from that. But before I let you guys know, what the announcement is and what's going on, let me take a phone call real quick. See what they thought about that. 313-737. Tell me.
Pure Energy, Hakeem. What up, God?
Pure Energy. I'm doing great. How are you, brother? You all right?
Man, I'm great, bro. Great show, man. Great show.
Thank you. I like how you saying that.
I love how you just keep it in the word, man. Keep it all right in the word. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Y'all been telling us for years, put everything under religious pretenses, because that's the one thing they can't break you. They can't go up. They can't stop that religion. Don't matter what you believe. Let's just listen to this brother, man. It don't matter what you do. Okay, you an Indian. You an Indian from India. You come over here. You could be a Indian national. Okay? Tell them that according to the Ramayana, Krishna, and that's what you fall under. They can't do nothing to you.
Krishna is their Christ. Yeah, actually.
That's right.
That's their.
That's right. And Vishnu was their God. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you can't stop them, man. I just like how you putting everything under religious pretenses, bro. Because you telling us, man. That's what it is right there.
Right. Well, if I'm telling y'all to do that, right, in every show I'm doing, I'm talking about Bible, bringing in the scriptures. Guess what happens to this show? It's protected.
Get blessed. Yep.
It's protected.
The blessing.
I notice ain't no little interruptions in the show, is it? When I'm preaching?
Nope.
It's protected.
Nope.
Okay. See, that came to me. Listen, preach from the word, teach from the word, and connect all of that. And I'll protect the show. You
right.
See? Anything else I can't protect. You have to draw attention to me. Remember, Moses had to live his life out in the wilderness, all because he never gave God the proper credit for getting that water out of the rock.
Exactly. I was just going to say that. He was like, oh, so I got to do this for y'all again. Right. So I got to do this for y'all again. Homeboy, you let your ego got a hold of you, because remember, it was the creator, Yahweh, who was doing it for you.
Mm-hmm.
See?
And
here's
this information is water. I'm getting the water out of the rock, but I have to give credit where the water is coming from. Some of the water is bitter. You ain't going to like it.
Exactly.
But I still got to give the credit where it's done and give it. See, it is not my concern that people like what I say. My only concern is that I deliver what needs to be said. That's it. And my life is so stress-free when I come from that position.
Mm-hmm.
I don't make it my responsibility to convince people. And then, people who are mocking the fact that this is what I do, what do you think? I don't have to deal with that. That's between them and the spirit. Between them and God. He ain't let. You're not going against me. You're going against the word of what it's saying. I'm not making the stuff up. I'm reading it. The Bible, now, I just read scripture that said that people who eat vegetables, only vegetables a week. It said that. I just read that. Now, people, okay, wait a minute, vegetarian this and the vegetarian that, and they criticize the people who eat meat. But I just read a scripture that said.
You did, because that is what God commanded after the flood, as long as you drain its life force and roast it with fire.
Right. Mm-hmm. Right.
Life force is the blood. And you know what? Roasting fire ain't nothing but barbecue. He told you barbecue that meat.
Cooking.
Make sure ain't no blood.
Yeah, you're right, because people don't know that whenever they brought that meat to the temple, that meat was eaten by the priest.
Mm-hmm.
That was, you bring it there, and that's how the priests and the people who worked at the church got fed, through those offerings. You see?
Right. And that's how Abraham fed the 3 Malachim who appeared at his house.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
See?
So
they ate barbecue.
So giving offering was basically breaking bread with each other.
Mm-hmm.
Breaking the bread. Having a feast. What else?
But we fell from grace. We fell from that mortal admixture we was talking about. See, what happened was when those beings came down to earth and had sex with mortal women, okay, you got to understand, when the first man and woman was created, you got to remember they had the DNA from the creators. See, those two had direct DNA from the creators. If you go into the Lost Book of Enki, you will read this. You will read this, and they got a few of the tablets on display at the Smithsonian and museums around the world. Okay? Now, what happened is those two humans, since they had DNA of the Anunnaki, as time went on, they started having sexual relations with human women. So over time, the Anunnaki blood got watered down. That's why your time span starts shortening. because the farther we want on in progressing, we start losing the so-called, the original Anunnaki genes by mixing with more people. You know, they came from somewhere else, but like the Bible said, they was having babies with humans. So, you know,
see, a lot of people ain't going to understand what you just broke down. That's what you call that advanced information. Anyway, all right, I got to make this announcement.
Hey, keep doing what you're doing, but I got a saying for you. I got a quick saying for you. A quick saying for you, and you will understand this. It was from King Odysseus of Ithaca to Achilles, the hero of the Greek assembly in Troy during the siege. He had a beef with one of the Greek kings because the Greek kings wasn't doing right, okay? And King Odysseus said this, and this is very powerful. Achilles, you do Achilles, and let Agamemnon do Agamemnon. And in the end, let the gods choose who to glorify. Don't worry about what he's doing. Let them do what they doing. You do you, and let the gods choose who to glorify. Pure energy may continue to radiate.
I think you might want to throw it. I think you making that statement on the wrong show.
But you know what I'm saying, though.
On the wrong show. All right, what
you know what I'm saying. Do what you do, God.
All right.
Do what you do.
I'm always
Peace to the God.
Do what I do. All right. I ain't thinking about this. All right. Let's go to. Let me get my new teammates on the line. 614-735. Oh, Gilbert's gonna be on later on. Let me just text him real quick. Make sure he's gonna be on. Are you going to be on at 8:30, like we talked about? Be on. Oh, all right. So, like I said, there's going to be some structural changes. The 2 Thursday show is going to be hosted by 2 hosts. They're going to do the show together, 2 females, Jessica and Tasia. They're my new teammates. They come to help me take some of the weight off my shoulder. They are enthusiastic about what they're doing. Are you guys there? 614-735?
Yeah, we're here.
Tasia. Oh, can you hear me?
Hello.
Oh,
yeah, we're here.
I hear it. Okay, good. Sound like y'all was going a little bit in and out. All right. So, are you guys ready to handle this?
We're ready. Yes.
We still trying to figure out the name of this show, but I didn't want to give y'all an answer until after the show, because then I didn't want to feel rushed into coming up with an answer. We'll have it together by Thursday. So just introduce yourself to people. Now, what are some of the things you've done since you guys? Well, Jessica, starting with you, how did you make a connection with Hindsight Radio?
Well, I saw one of your videos about the third-party debt collector, and I watched it. And the key thing you mentioned in there was that Navient was third-party, and I was dealing with, or still am dealing with, student loan debt, and specifically with Navient. So I didn't do anything for a while, but I did reach out and booked a consultation and asked you some questions and purchased the template. So I'm still in that process. I just mailed out my third-party template, sent it to them again with return receipt. And so, yeah, that's what. How would they
respond when you send it out? Because there's a lot of people doing that now that might need help with that. Because, see, people think that thing's going to go away like tomorrow once you send a letter. And I keep telling them. That's one of those things that take time,
Right. and you told me that in the beginning. And so they just been sending the return receipt with a stamp saying when they received it, and they still been reaching. They send me emails, and I believe they call me. I don't pay attention to it.
Now, what I probably should have shared this with you. When they respond to you through an email, put no contract and make a copy, like when you go get it notarized, your letter, scan it into a PDF and send it to them by email as well.
Oh, okay. I'll do that next time.
Any way they communicate with you, you need to respond the way they communicating right back. And, put no contract on the email and just kick it right back to them and keep doing that. And then eventually they'll go away. It's going to take time. They're one of the longest taking, anybody that's fighting student loan debt that way, it took me about 8-9 months to send them back, fully. So, and they're always going to send that little thick packet of what they claim to be a commissary note back to you. And eventually they'll stop by.
So I didn't even open that. I didn't open it.
And someone said it took them 11 months. One of my listeners said it took 11 months when he did it. So, yeah. Yeah, don't open it. Just on the envelope, no contract. Take it back. So, you've done some other stuff. You guys both did something.
Oh, yeah.
What else you did?
So recently we did the passport process. We went to one of your seminars, and you taught us how to do it. And we did it. I feel like we did it right away. We did it in like a couple of weeks' time. We had it all together. Yeah. So then we received it right away. Well, it seems like right away. It was about a week and a half, and we got the passport book and the passport card.
Now, what I've been noticing, the sisters haven't really been meeting a lot of resistance with the passport process at all.
I did not. Yeah.
Go ahead.
I didn't. This is Stasia, by the way. I had to walk the girl through. I had to walk the girl through. She didn't. I don't know if she was new or what have you, but I just walked her through the process. So it was pretty simple. I said, "You have to take this." She went, "Okay."
Right. Right. So you asserted your authority.
I did.
Email me. Brothers be emailing me. Oh, they won't take it. They won't let me do it. I'm like, let you?
This is right there.
It's not a matter of letting you. It's a matter of you're following the instructions on the passport application itself. I've had people say that, they don't want them to line it out. I'm not taking it if it's lined out. When it clearly says line out what applies. How can someone tell you what does or doesn't apply to you when it comes to your application? But people have said that, and people have accepted those answers and walked away. So I commend you both for moving so swiftly. One of the reasons why I wanted them to join the team, number one, is I wanted the female energy on the show. Because I know there's a lot of females who listen, but will not tell me stuff that they will tell another female. Now, I've offered this to other people or females, and they, let me think about it. They didn't feel comfortable speaking or being out there in the public like that. So hats off to you guys for being courageous enough to put yourself out there to become teachers of this information. Now, full disclosure, they're still learning some things, but with my direction and help, they're gonna be up there. They're gonna have it just by watching and observing some of the things that that they've done so far. They're moving fast. They're taking care of business. And if you want to be successful, you got to take risks, and you can't waste time. No procrastinating. So, we all talk, we talk a couple times a week or more, and we talk about goals and things we're going to do as far as a team. That's how we build. So what are some of y'all goals for this year? Immediate goals. Oh, you all start at once? Or?
Well, the immediate goal is to continue this journey of getting debt-free.
That's a big goal.
Yeah,
but
the process has already started, so it's like not to develop fear, because there's more debt to tackle. But just to combat the fear of everything is my main goal. And that's why I got started on the process in the first place, because it's like you have this responsibility to pay your bills. I've never not paid my bills, and then let alone have bad credit or anything like that. So that was a risk to me, is how I felt. But then knowing and learning from you that there's freedom in this whole lifestyle that we've learned to adapt those in bondage unknowingly. And, it's just fear that comes upon you when you're trying to get out of it. So, so I just say, my immediate goal is to combat that. And I've been doing it so far, so, So,
and
then,
go ahead. You wasn't finished, Jessica.
Yeah, I could pretty much say the same thing. What initially ignited my interest was Jessica actually told me she was going to one of your seminars. I didn't know anything about anything else. I was interested in my student loan debt. So with that, I just trusted her, and I moved on the trust that I had with her. And I'm glad I did. So that is one of my big goals. I don't want to owe nobody nothing.
Right. Right. And when you understand who you really owe according to debt, you're like, wait a minute, hold up. I don't really owe these people a dime. You know, because Navient, you never took that loan out with Navient. You took it out with another bank, and they got them servicing or passing it off. Yeah, and once you'll see as time goes on the reality of what's going on with these student loans. You know, one day I'll just break it down how those student loans are really paid off the moment you take it out. That's why they give student loans. That's one of the easiest loans that they give, basically with no credit history. Why? Because they guaranteed to get their money. No matter whether you pay it or not. Whether you pay it or not, they are guaranteed. You know. So yeah. So let me see if Gilbert's on yet. Hey, I think he is. I think that's his number right there.
Okay.
Gilbert is the mortgage guy. He helps me with people who have mortgage issues. No, he's not on yet. He said 10 minutes. So you guys going to do the Thursday show. Huh?
Yeah. I was going to say, I can expound a little more about the goals.
Okay,
but even balancing out, even like to learn more and balance everything out with, we still work as of right now. So trying to balance our work life plus getting our studying in and working the business, finding our flow.
Okay. So, all right. I just got a text from Gilbert. Yeah. I think you guys going to be a great addition to the show simply because y'all females. Females always make things expand, That's just life.
We've already
y'all going to expand it. Y'all going to make it bigger. Huh? Yeah, you already did.
I think we already did.
That was a good success.
Some other places we need to come to, too. We have requests like California.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Los Angeles, yeah.
I'm trying to find. Oh, there he is. Okay, here's Gilbert right here. Hold on, guys. I'm going to get you guys who got your hands up. Stand by. But let me get Gilbert on here real quick. Because he got to do stuff. Gilbert, what's up?
Hey, Akeem, how you doing?
I'm doing great. Say hi to my new partners, Tasia and Jessica.
How you doing?
This is Gilbert,
Hey.
the mortgage man. When we have issues with mortgages, I pass the number on to him. He handles that part. So what's going on? What's new in the mortgage world?
Well, they're foreclosing on seconds a lot more now because the equities are up. I've seen more and more of that lately where if they're behind on the seconds, will foreclose, pay off the first, and then, the second gets paid down because they probably bought them for 10, 50 cents on the dollar. I'm seeing a lot of that come out now with the values. Still a lot of people behind still that need help, and they're still trying to do those BS processes that don't work. It's just a band-aid.
Right. So
I see it.
When you say second, you're talking about a second mortgage, right? Just so we be clear.
Say you're current on the first, but you're late on the second. I have one in LA. It's just actually up in the valley, like Silmar Valley in that area. And she hasn't made the payment in 4 years on the second mortgage. And I told her last year, make 3 payments, and then they'll look at modifying it. And they sent a notice of foreclosure because they know there's equity. I mean, it's worth over $1 million, and they're starting to foreclose. And the son referred it over to me. He hasn't paid Ditech. He's current on the first, not on the second, but Ditech's in bankruptcy right now. And I told him they're going to do it, and he has about $800,000 in equity. So they're starting to do that a lot now too. I mean, he's still sending me business as far as helping people with their first, modifying that are late. But that's been a big story right now, especially in California, since LA is like the highest market now. And I've seen a lot of that come out right now. A lot of seconds, people current on the first mortgage have a second, haven't paid it. They're paying, whether you're current on the first or not, they're paying you off, and they're taking the house.
Mm-hmm. So all the people who trying to do those fancy processes, trying to discharge your house, stop wasting your time. Okay? I haven't seen one work yet. And you know what's funny? As many as people I've told that it won't work, they still hard-headed and try to do it. Like as if you making this stuff up. One of the houses is one of the hardest things. They're not going to let you get that house free and clear like that. So, but many times we've had this conversation, many times, Gilbert, they still do it. So now when people come in with that attitude, I don't even entertain helping them,
It doesn't
so
work.
If you want to,
it doesn't work.
And they don't want to hear it.
No, it doesn't work.
Yeah.
I mean, not one person can show me, like we've talked all the time how you send me those documents saying that they did it. I go, that's not a document. That's just a BS, docket number. That stuff doesn't work.
Right.
I mean, I've a couple here that you referred one out in the L.A. area by Magic Mountain, and he went in to file a bankruptcy to stop the foreclosure. They wouldn't even let him in the bankruptcy court. And I go, it's just a Band-Aid because he did it so many times. I go, the trustee is going to throw you in jail. But they wouldn't even let him. He sent somebody else in to file it, and then he tried that and tried that. Had probably about $200,000 in equity. I go, sell the house and get the money. Let's sell it. I'm a realtor. Let's do it. But, I never heard from him. I know he sent that we couldn't do it business, but I told you what happened, and he lied to me 4 times. I'm like, okay, yeah, I think he ended up calling me. I just didn't pick up his phone call. I'm not going to entertain that idea because you're going to get caught at some point. Especially when you're dealing with bankruptcies, and they're going to throw you in jail if you get on somebody's radar. It's going to happen.
A lot of people. That's the new thing. They're going into bankruptcy. I don't even know if it's new, but it's rampant now. People are going to bankruptcy under adverse proceedings, that's, I'm like, okay, you're going to go into a bankruptcy, trying some process, and like you said, you're going to get in trouble. Yeah. So,
but I mean, more and more.
If you're listening and you got a mortgage and you're behind on the payments, you need to contact Gilbert. You give them your information that you want them to contact you on.
You can call me at 909-772-1948. I'm in California, so anytime after 10 o'clock, can be 10, 11, 12, 1, depending where you're at, you will get a hold of me. I CrossFit in the morning, so anytime after that, you can call me. So, and I'm not hiding. And anybody calling me, they know I will call them back.
Yes, he calls back. I know he calls me back almost immediately sometimes. And everybody I've sent to him, he calls back. Now, the ones that you have trouble with is the ones who are lying and trying to get over. And they, hey, he didn't call me back. He didn't get back with me. No, that's not true.
Nope.
No.
Tell me the truth, because I'm going to find it. Give me the information up front. I'm not going to play games of, we've talked about, like, I got 2 that I need to go in on a motion of discovery on the second mortgage and on the first, because I have a balance reduction letter, but it's legit. It's not something BS. Nothing may happen with it, but at least I can get them in there and push something to get the modification done on the first. But I'm not going to, if you tell me up front, because people will tell me stuff and then I call and verify, it's not even the truth of what you said. I had somebody call me that said you referred them and you never even gave them my number.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, you never gave them my number. So, just tell me and then I'll say yes or no. I can tell you straight up. I would tell people, modify the house or walk away. Because you're not going to, the process is just a Band-Aid. Trying to discharge that mortgage doesn't work. And everybody says they have people that know, but nobody that knows can ever show us proof. I have yet to see proof. You may have a shot with subprime loans like we've talked about. Like I've sent you copies of those, but that was back in the day. And most of these loans are all government-backed loans now. It's FHA, VA for the veterans, Fannie or Freddie. All of that is out there. I do loans, too, for people in different states, so I can help them with all that or tell them what to do to get their credit to go up. I can clean up their credit, too, but people think with cleaning up credit also, I've told a lot of them, they cleaned it off my record. Okay, good. And then when they go apply for a mortgage, it all shows back up. I told you, mortgage credit bureaus are a lot more strict than anything else. And I tell people, it doesn't work. 7 years, it falls off. Legally, 10 years on a judgment. But unless they file that, they can file it 2-3 times to keep it on there for 30 years. But unless they do that and file that I forgot what it's called. But other than that, I've had so many people call me and then they go run the mortgage. I have a friend of mine that paid somebody a year, like $300 a month. And then ran her credit, all show back up. And then they run your social date of birth. Yeah, it doesn't work. I can help all that stuff. Anything to get a mortgage, I can help you with that. But it has to be done the right way. So I have a customer now that's going through a divorce. She's on the second only, and she wants to get her name off. I go, you can't. You have to do a bankruptcy. The husband's being an ass, and I go, I can help you with that. Just, it's easy to do. But he messed up her credit, and she's going after the equity. I go, well, after 3 years, you're probably not going to have any because of all the arrearages. And plus the second's going to accrue, so you might as well just file a 7 and start over. Because I have a pastor at CrossFit that he's been starting to send me some business, and, a lot of it is financial. And some of the housing and people. I've heard one that just paid like $12,000 and then they end up losing the house.
So if a person has some issues getting a mortgage, right? You could work with them to get them so that they can get improved.
Yeah, I can tell you exactly what state has. The high limits. Like certain states have high limits. There's certain areas. that have that, if it's a credit, because people go to those credit repairs. I go, yeah, it's easy, 7 years it falls off, but it's still going to show up when the mortgage pulls your credit, it shows up. People don't listen, and then I go, you were right. I've had people tell me, I'm at 680, so I pull the credit report on a mortgage credit report, 510. So there's no shortcut.
Algorithm, the mortgage one.
Right. Completely different. Right. People, I've had Hispanics in my area that have bogus socials. I've been paying taxes 20 years. Well, that's great. Do you think the government cares? And they get pissed because I won't refinance. Yeah. They get mad because I won't. Yeah, exactly. But they call me, I've had like 4 of them. They've called me to refinance. I go, that social is bogus. I had a sale on a family members. I've done all the family's houses, the brother, the mom, the sister, and the wife's not even here legally. And the broker wouldn't do it. I go, it doesn't matter. It's a bogus social and driver's license, but it's California. But, she wasn't going to fight it. I go, if you fight it, I'm going to call immigration on you. And she never said anything. I go, I'm going to have them pick you up. But she wasn't fighting it. And I told her, I can call it and get you busted because this is a bogus social. And my cousin works for the Fed, and he told me, he goes, call it. We'll pick her up. If you tell us, we'll send somebody out there. But she wasn't fighting it, so I left her off because community property, even though they're not married.
When you say fighting it, she was fighting to get the loan through you?
Well, she was fighting. She wanted to get the proceeds of the sale of the house because, legally they weren't married, but it was community property because she's not married, common law in California. But it was the baby's mom. I call it the wife because they're not legally married. But we were selling the house. There was about $80,000 in proceeds that were going to be left, and she wanted 40 of it. But the social and ID was no good.
Oh, so how does that affect when it's not good? What happens?
Because it runs through title and escrow, and they run it. There's certain programs when they run that through the government, and they will get in trouble. My friend runs an escrow and title company and said they will come after us. The feds will show up at their door because that social is no good. That's what people don't understand. Those socials, there's a certain program when the banks run it, goes through the government, and they do verify those. And it will show up that it's bogus. I mean, it's a lot of more in the Hispanic community.
What you're saying is they can't be using CPNs to buy a house.
That's probably, do a TIN number, EIN or TIN, if that's the best way to go.
Use an EIN number. Now, okay.
The EIN and TIN, there's banks that won't do that.
Right. He's giving y'all tips. Y'all don't want to use your show to use a tax ID number or EIN. That's what he just said. No CPNs. All right, Gilbert.
Okay.
Appreciate you coming on.
No problem.
Jessica and Tage, y'all had something to say? Add to the conversation?
No.
No. I guess that was over. Y'all had the mortgage. Y'all figure that out because you're going to have people coming at you with their mortgage stories. All right,
okay.
Gilbert, I will talk to you later.
I'll talk to you this week. Okay, no problem.
Remember, give your information out one more time so people can have it.
It's 909-772-1948. And anytime, 10 o'clock California time, if it's 1, 2, 3 hours, obviously they know the hours. But I'll tell them, even if they leave a message, I will call them. And I always call back, so.
All right. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
I'll talk to you.
All right.
Okay.
Thanks, Gilbert.
Okay, bye.
Yeah, I've been trying to get Gilbert on for the last few weeks. We just kept forgetting and missing each other. All right, so Tage and Jessica, I'm about to take phone calls. So y'all can ride with me if y'all want to.
Okay, let's ride.
All right. Okay. 215-760. How you doing? Peace.
Peace, gods and goddesses.
Hey, what's going on?
Oh.
Yes, we can hear you nice and clear.
So, Brother Akeem, this is my first time calling in. I've been listening to you first and foremost. I want to let you know that. As I've been listening to many other people But with you, I find that I learn more. So, I'm in the initial stage.
Appreciate you saying that. Thank you.
You're welcome. I'm in the initial stages of trying to get, I guess, free. I've been a Moorish American for probably 2 years until I came upon this information. So right now I'm recorded with the county clerk's office as that.
Okay.
That person.
How did you record it? How did you record that?
Through the county clerk's office, signed and
No,
billed.
what I mean is, like, what did you record exactly? Is what I'm asking.
I record my proclamation, my name change.
Okay. That's what you did.
So it's a document. I don't know if you're familiar with it, but it's a document like a judicial proclamation and a name change.
Right. You get that from the Moorish Science Temple?
No, not from the Moorish Science Temple, but from Moorish that I'm associated with.
Okay, see, I'm not familiar with that. I was just trying to make a connection. No, I'm not familiar with that. But that sounds similar to what Moorish Science Temple does, more close to it.
Yeah. But we're just not associated with the temple itself because of its affiliation with a nonprofit, 501. So in that aspect, we pretty much don't, deal with them on that level, but support them in the nationality aspect of it.
Right.
So, so in saying that, I'm still, like I said, I'm just trying to do everything that you and others talk about. I'm having a little challenge with that because I listen to, others. I'm not going to say the names, several other people. But I haven't started. It just seems like it's so difficult, as you may understand, because I know you've been through this process, and making that connection and getting that help and that support in that direction to declare, on another level, your freedom away from that straw man. Even though I've done it on a nationality tip, Moorish American, but, there's more to it.
Right. Now, let me see if before I chime in and give an answer, I want to see what Jessica or Tasia have to say about that. What do y'all think? I know I'm putting y'all on the spot.
Yeah, you are.
Because they have done it. They have done it themselves, what I teach, so they can, from experience, when it comes to nationality and asserting that, what is it that I taught you guys what to do?
Okay, yeah, so it's definitely a process and a journey, but ultimately we're trying to get free.
Now, I need to correct all of y'all on the get free thing. You guys are all free. You're already free. That's a mindset.
Right.
Now, what you're trying to do is correct the presumptions that you're not free. You see, on paper, because how they wield their authority over you is through a piece of paper, so you need to correct that. Now, KJ, you and Jessica did this already. How did you do it?
With the passport process, we
so you asserted your nationality. Go ahead, finish. Go ahead, Jessica.
We asserted our nationality, and we lined out would they try to trick you into saying you are as far as citizens go and that whole jargon?
Mm-hmm. Right. With the old set.
Try to confuse that. And,
so you guys think that you're not.
Yeah.
Right. So what they're telling you is, and I think this is your question, you want to know what else you can do other than the Morris paperwork that you've already done. You got to let the Department of State know who you are. Why? Mm-hmm. Because they handle all of foreign affairs. You see? So if I'm born in New York, I'm a New Yorker. I'm foreign to the District of Columbia or any of its territory. So I have to let them know that I'm not one of their U.S. citizens, and this is who I am. This is my nationality. So I have to do that by way of an affidavit or explanatory statements connected to that DS-11 and send it to the Department of State, because that's who handles all passports, Department of State. The Department of State handles all foreign affairs. So I got to correct their record first, and then I go correct the other record. So, because they are the head of everything. And last week I was doing some studying. I came across something interesting. New York State has its own Department of State. Whereas you got every other state has a Secretary of State, New York State has its own Department of State. I was reading my birth certificate. It says Department of State on it, just like the United States Department of State. So that's a whole nother jurisdiction by itself. You see? But I'll elaborate more on that later. Because remember, people, when they immigrated or emigrated into the Americas, they came through what? Ellis Island. Remember that? Mm-hmm. Which is where the Statue of Liberty sits. Mm-hmm. Right on in the harbor of New York. I think it's in the Hudson River, I think, or the East River. So to answer your question, you got to correct those assumptions everywhere. And the main one is with the Department of State. Just doing it on the county is not going to be enough, because your county is the one who sold you out to be a U.S. citizen. So you got to go back to where they sold you out to, which is the United States, and correct those records.
So I sent those documents to several locations, including the United Nations, Switzerland, the U.S. Marshals, Attorney General, and a few other high caliber departments. But I didn't have an affidavit per se. I didn't have an affidavit. I just, had what I said, the judicial proclamation, which is like 7 pages long, and my name declaration, which is just 1 page. Clearly stating that, I identify as a Moorish American national.
Okay. Now, changing your name doesn't give you nationality. That's just you change your name. Mm-hmm. So, I can't speak to that process because I don't teach it. The people who promoted that can only speak to that. I can only speak to what I help people do and the results they get. Like, for instance, a lot of people who do this process, all of a sudden, if they have student loans, it gets wiped off their credit. Without doing anything else. So without them doing anything else. So something has changed in the system to have that happen. Now, as of lately, it's happening, but it's happening a little bit slower than it was in the past. Like when my son did it, within the time he got his approval, they had done it, taking it off his credit. Like before he even got his passport, they had alerted him that it was paid in full. Now, he was in default for almost 2 years. And then on his hey, you have paid off all your loans. Boom, they took it off. Then I had another woman, $300,000 worth of debt gone. So that, see, I can only speak to the results I get with that. So that might be effective, letting them know. But when you come to the DS-11, you're going to get a document, which is the passport, that is going to show you as a national, because you're going to order a certified copy of your application proving that you let them know who you are or your Moorish American nationality. So all I can say, keep studying and keep and let the Spirit guide you. People, you can listen to a lot of people, and that's what confuses you, because you're listening to what people are saying. Even me, I listen to me, then listen to them. And if I'm saying that conflicts with what they're saying, then that's where the confusion is. How I learn, I see what people say, and I also look at their results, and I look how they live, who they are, who's telling me this, what their character is. And that tells me whether I want to listen to their advice. If I want to be a millionaire, I go hang out with millionaires. If I want success in this process, I go hang out with people with success and has proven success. Last thing I want to be is a glorified administrative assistant, meaning I'm just filing stuff and I don't see any results out of it. You want to be able to put something on a record and you're getting some type of remedy, results. You understand?
Yes. So that's why I called in, because I heard you speak about procrastination. And I felt as though I was sort of stuck. I've been studying this, like I said, Patrick Devine and a few other people, and I've been listening to different people, right? And my spirit guide did direct me to call, and that's why I called you.
All right, I'm glad it directed you here.
I just feel your spirit. I feel your spirit. I like your tone. I like the fact that you brought females in as well to balance everything out.
Yeah.
That's
why I wanted to bring the females to balance it out. Too much male energy. We got enough of that. These feminine energy. The only thing that nurtures life is the female energy. Men do nurturing, but women do nurturing. That's their job. Nurture, make it grow. So,
So
that's
saying all of that, so I need to connect with you, I guess, offline, so you can start helping me, move from the presumption on paper.
Well, how you can connect with me offline, akimel.com, and click that consultation tab. That's how everybody gets to me in my private time. On my shows, I give my time away free. You can ask me just about any question. Depends on what it is. Sometimes I'll answer it on the air. Some sensitive topics I won't talk about because sometimes it's too heavy and people don't understand it, and some things just need to be talked about in private. But yeah, that's how you can catch me through my website, akimel.com.
Okay, how you spell it? Akeem.
AKIEMEL. A is in Apple, K is in King, I is in Irene, E is in Edward, M is in Mary, E is in Edward, L as in Larry.
L. That's a Moorish title right there, L.
Well, the Moors claim the L. It is a Moorish. You see the Moors use that title, but L is much more ancient than that.
Yeah.
It's all in the Bible. Gabriel, Gabriel, Ezekiel.
Yeah,
all
it's just a title.
Mm-hmm.
And it's
Rachel.
that female? Angela. My name is Angela.
Yeah, Angela is just another word for angel. Yeah. All right. Okay, thanks for calling in.
Okay. All right, you're welcome. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Take care. All right. Let's go to the next caller. All right, that was a good call. First call, feminine. So you're already attracting the females to call in. Wow.
Yeah.
All right, 786-391.
Hello?
Hello.
Hey, Hakeem, this is Jamie. How you doing, sir?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic, man. First of all, I'd like to say I really enjoy your show, and I have something good just happened. I did the passport process with my brother. Now, he was a little shaky about it, so I just, walk him through it and everything. And, yeah, he went and did it. And about 2 weeks later, he got his passport card and book. So when he came back, 2 weeks later, he got everything because he don't have the situation that I have. So when he came back from work, I texted to him hey, because I recognized the mail. I was like, hey man, I got something to show you. I got a big surprise. So when he came home, the first thing I did is give him a hug and told him congratulations. He's like, what's going on? He thought somebody died. I was like, no, man, open this up. You're national, so the next thing you need to do is pull up your credit report and see what happened to that, if you see that student loan, if it's still there or not. He's like, yeah, man, that's great. So I'm going to do that, and when I get the chance, I'll come online. Another thing that happened
taking a little longer. I've had people, one with the biggest, she had a lot of student loans. It took her about a good 6-7 months for it to come off. And one guy took about 3 months. Those are the two people I know it took a while. But for the most part, it happens pretty fast. Yeah.
Yeah, for mine, mine was 2 days. So. Yeah, once they pull that social, they know what's up, and they take it off real quick.
Right.
And for my current situation, for those people that's on the line that doesn't know, I'm the one that got in trouble with the with the feds when I did it incorrectly, and because I didn't know the information that I know now, and I had to learn the hard way what not to do. And the main thing what not to do is don't put that social on there. They need that social on there, because without that, they won't be able to do what they need to be done. Unfortunately for me, I had to spend 10 days in jail. Got 2 years probation because I put all zero. And the way they do it, they do it slick. They have you fill out this paper that's not a part of the application, and I got the copy of that paper because I was listening to one of your previous shows. I think it was TJ mentioned this paper that they have you sign, and they make swear to it. And I was like, okay, this is the defect right here that got me jammed up. So I learned my lesson from that.
Yeah, get you to write on yourself, right?
Yep, that's what it. That's exactly what he did.
And use your own signature against you.
Yep, that's exactly what he did. So
now, what he's trying to tell y'all is, go ahead, finish, and I'll explain what you're saying.
No, go ahead, because I have more.
What he's trying to tell y'all, there are people teaching y'all to put zeros on that DS-11. That DS-11, if you do that, then they will consider that as you lying on a government application. And remember, you're signing under penalty of perjury. So everything you're saying, you're attesting to, is that it's all true and correct. So if you put something on that application and that's not true, they're going to come at you. And I've seen they came at him. I've known them. They come at about 3 or 4 other people that I know that did that. Now, that process was taught by other teachers. Not to put zeros in there.
And I remember when it was being taught on this station, and nobody got their passport that way at all. So y'all got short-term memory loss, and y'all forgot that, you know. But you know, don't you got to put the social on there, you know, in order for them to correct the account of being looked at as a U.S. citizen. And if you come to my seminars, I break down how, you know, the account needs to change even off the SS5. It tells you. Nationality change, you got to let us know. Right? Now, what I have done for the people, for most people, is showed you the fear is this, using the social. That was the fear. Don't use the social. That trap you. That was the teaching. Guess what Akeem has done? I have taken the fear out of using the social and show you it's not about using the social, it's how you're using the social that traps you. That's the key. Understanding that the number doesn't trap you by itself. It's how you're conducting yourself in public with the number. You know, but go ahead.
Yeah, I think that what most people probably seem confusing because if they read the instruction, they said that it's voluntary, but at the same time they can't really do much about it if you don't put it on, because they need social for them to do what they need to be done to issue the passport.
Right now, one thing about that paper now. There's other teachers that teach you, they don't put the zeros on the application, right? Then when they get that paper that you got, they'll put it on there. They just don't want the zeros to be, the social to be on the application itself. But they don't understand that whole paper is going to be part of the application anyway. So you might as well put it on the DS11. You see?
Yep.
So, go ahead.
Yeah, another thing is, I had to go to D.C. in around March, so I had to send a motion, a notice of motion for continuance. So I got to I think they gave me 4 dates, either May 6th, May 13th, May 20th, or June 17th. So I think I just choose June 17th. That way, it give me enough time because the brief that the state, the brief that they sent me it has a whole lot of defects in it, and I think I sent you a copy of it. If you've seen it, you'll get a good laugh out of it.
Yeah, I skimmed over it over the weekend while I had a seminar. I looked at what you sent me. Yes, it has plenty of defects in it.
Yeah, so
plenty.
That's probably the good. That's probably the good. Actually, the good news because I talked to the attorney for the state, and she sounded like a very sweet woman, but I don't think I'm going to be helping her doing her job. So I want to tell us hey, there's a lot of things wrong with this. So I just let her figure that out. And,
well, you got to point out the defects in writing.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, the first defect. Yeah, they trying to use the application, but it's not valid without certain.
They're
things.
holding that the issue you had with them against you, and that's why they don't want to issue. They're saying, and they're 50-50. They're half right and half wrong.
Yeah.
But remember, you're still under contract with that.
Yeah, that Title 40
but at
contract.
the same time, they can't restrict your right to travel, which is constitutional. You can't stop me from traveling. Just because I didn't fill out an application the way you want me to. They can't do that. That's where the defect is. They can't infringe on your right to travel. All right?
All right. Thank you.
Okay. All right, man. Take care. All right, let's go to 901-265.
Peace to the gods.
Peace. What's going on? Linda, what's going on? How you doing?
Yes.
This is unusual.
I'm well.
You must have something to say. Really good.
Yes, I
Yeah.
Yes, I do. Yes, I do. I just want to welcome Jessica and Asia to the team.
Hey.
I really appreciate y'all coming on board, and it's going to be exciting. You're gonna learn a lot, and you're going to prosper, and it's going to be an exciting time for you. And I just want to officially welcome you, and I appreciate you, and I'm excited with the two of you coming on board.
Thank you.
There you go. I'm bringing all the females coming out. See what happens when females come out. See, females stick together. You know, the brothers don't want to go come on and get, well, the brothers do give me props, but you know, we have to be more. We got to be more of a community, us brothers. We do. We really do. Yeah. All right, Glenda, you got anything else?
Well, I just want to thank you publicly, Akeem, for the work that you do and the time that you put in to your work and the quality of information and the processes that you provide for the people, because they really don't realize the gem that they have when they come in contact with you and do business with you. You are a man of integrity, and I personally call you the truth warrior. And I appreciate you and the creator of the universe for the direction that we're headed in, and we can't do anything but succeed. Yes.
I thank you for saying all those things, and thank you for helping, because, you know, Glenda helped out at a lot of the seminars, you know, keeping track of the people coming in, getting and capturing those emails, and I thank you for all your support.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
And I have great news, too. I have another good news. I'm putting together something in Vegas right now. And I know I have the private membership coming up with the people who, on a certain level, have done the passport with me. But I am putting together a seminar in Vegas right now. And I'm bringing the brother in to show y'all how y'all can do y'all trust correctly and do your trust duties correctly, meaning the 1041, 1099, all of that goes with that, making sure you have the right trust set up, everything. So I'm bringing that in seminar form this year. I think it's going to happen around June. I'm not sure exactly when. Oh, yeah, I'm bringing you the person that's actually doing it, been doing it for years. You know? Yep. No fluff, no fakeness, no making, you know, real stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I've already confirmed it with him earlier today. And we're going to start working together. That's going to be another, he may not do shows, but he is going to be like my outside team member, teammate. You know, that can, as y'all bring y'all through as nationals, he's going to show y'all how to set your estates up correctly and live prosperously.
And how to walk in that car.
Brother knows how, yes, you know, how you can go in and go get you what you want this year and have it discharged by the next year.
Okay.
The right way, the correct way, not all of this fancy stuff that get people knocking on your door. But anyway, all right, Glenda, thank you for that.
Peace, ladies.
You have anything
Peace,
to say,
ladies.
Jessica?
Looking forward.
Thank you. We appreciate it. We appreciate the love.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
Thank
you. All right.
Looking forward. Peace.
All right. Peace. All right, let's get. I'm getting a little. You know, I had to drive far to go handle that business, and I'm going down. Unless something happens to spark me to get to preaching again, this may be the last call. How y'all feel about that? Unless y'all gonna take over and not just get off. Y'all ready for that?
Not yet. I'll take the train and roll off.
Yeah, I can just let y'all handle it. Yeah. Oh, hey. Okay. 347-841.
Peace, Akeem. How's it going, man?
I'm doing good. How's it going with you?
I'm fantastic. The call was definitely awesome. You never had a whack call, man. So it's just things you know what to expect when you get on the air. So yeah, man, it was so good. I don't know what I want to even say. That's one of the things too. When you listen, when you truly listen, sometimes it takes away from you being responsive or reactive. And I learned that a while back from a great book. He talks about the 3 parts of listening. So I don't even know what I want to say, but that's no big deal, man. Just being on the call tonight was definitely dope. So yeah, man. Like I said, I don't really know what to say, but also I do remember one of the things I want to add to it. You were talking about the Navient student loans, or just anything in the credit repair realm. Definitely pertaining to the credit repair, because that's what I do as well. And there are a few ways to skin a cat, as you probably already know, versus like other ways. And like you said, the administration process is really, really dope. But it's another young lady who I was building with, and she was breaking down pretty much how we do our way and version of, anything as far as credit-wise through the FTC. And it's pretty crazy because it's a lot stronger than, dispute letters and all other stuff that we call outdated at this point. And she's breaking down when you give them that identity theft form, that's literally like your affidavit right there. And then so on and so forth. And,
I've seen that. I've known about that process for a good minute. But for some reason, I just never pulled the trigger on it. For some reason, I just didn't like, because you got to go sign an affidavit. It's basically, I feel like you're misrepresenting things when you do that. That's why I never did it. That's why I never pulled the trigger on that process. But that's an old process, and it's been effective for people. But you got to remember, you got to sign a police report in front of an officer under penalty of perjury.
What I do is, one day what I'm going to do is, I text you earlier too. You probably seen it. You check it later. I text you. You'll see it in your text message. You got my number.
Me?
Yeah, that's why I was laughing, because it's crazy, because I know when you're doing the call, I know it never fails, because it happens for me when I'm doing something, right when I'm into something, that's when people want to call. It's such like right now, as soon as you let me on the air, I got a FaceTime message and a call, but I sent you the pin. Just look, you'll see it. I text you it again though.
Oh, you sent me a link to
you see it.
To the pin thing. I saw that. Yeah, I see it now.
Yeah.
But
what I do is I build you in a private, and we could spend maybe 10, 15 minutes. Probably not going to take that long on a process that I was explaining to the FTC. It's nothing with how you explain. You don't need no police support or nothing like that.
Federal Trade Commission, right?
Yeah, exactly. They know what they're talking about.
I just want to make sure, because people might get that confused with SPC, Secure Party Credit. I just want to clear that up.
Not that one.
Fair Trade Commission. Okay.
Yeah. It's like this. Ever since I've been using this method for about a year now, matter of fact, I could just speak about the last 4 weeks. The last 4 weeks, I already helped delete and clear over $150K worth of just student loans through People Report. And this is just a last little piece. You have a section that comes from like the Fair Debt Report Reporting Act, whatever how you say. I got tongue tied.
Fair Credit Reporting Act.
Yeah, that one right there.
FCRA.
It's like a section 605B, and basically with the whole identity theft thing, they have to take it off. So it's an automatic process. But like I said, to not go into depth, it definitely come off. And it's automatically. So it's not.
But just we have to get the question.
Yeah, definitely.
What about what if the person is current on the loans, paying it? How does that work?
So like this, I didn't think we was going
to go there.
Mainly
for defaulted people or what?
It's for anything. I'm talking about like literally one of my previous clients right now. They behind. Now this is not a loan. I'm just speaking as far as anything that I put on there, because remember, this is not pertaining to only student loans. But in her case, she had a maxed out credit card. It was maxed out because for those who listening, it is levels to the credit card game, and you would know yourself, Akeem. She was fine with a credit card. Yeah, you know. So a lot of people don't know the game, and that's another story. But to bring it to Landon, she went over that 30% rule. Now, people don't know when you use over, I believe, 58%, your account automatically goes into the risk department. But I forgot what bank it was because I deal with this all day. They basically shut her card down, even though she didn't do nothing wrong allegedly as far as, you know, doing illegal transactions.
They don't reduce the limit or
they shut it down. I see this very often, especially like with American Express, certain Bank of Americas. Typically, I normally see with the American Express and Bank of Americas, if you basically max that bad boy out, they can just shut it down with no warning. You just wake up one morning and it's gone. But anyway, basically, she, like I said, she had that account open with one of the accounts. So it's two accounts. One account she maxed out. Account she had open that was maxed out. Now I remember, and she's like, you know what, Jay, just get it all off. And with the account being open and active, came right up for a report. But to say what I was saying, they can go for anything, student loans, whatever. Because remember, when you're doing it through the FTC, that's like the god of like the whole consumer world and credit and all that. So when you submit that report, which is allegedly an affidavit, they send basically it's a click and drag process. So when you have that report along with the blocking letter, a lot of people don't know that blocking letter is where it's at. It's a 605B blocking letter that comes directly from them. When you send all that together with proof that it's you, it automatically comes off. And like I said, with the Section 605B, it's 4 business days. Now, another thing I discovered that a business is what we discovered.
I must stop you right there.
Yeah, definitely.
See, you still got to fill out a report saying that your identity has been compromised.
Nope. Not with my method, you don't.
No. Yeah. No. They ain't just taking stuff off without you saying something. And you don't have to show me nothing. I know myself too. I've seen that process before. I've seen it. And it's not new. I've known about it for 5 years. 605, 609, all of that stuff. Yes.
Yeah. And you're referring to so my question, when you talk about the police report aspect,
listen, today's show wasn't about fixing credit at all. We wasn't talking about fixing credit. You bringing that up. I don't want to talk about fixing credit. You know,
true that.
Because that brings out all of the problem childs. You know, people who want to take a shortcut to their finishing their problems. I'm familiar with your process, but I'll take a look at it off air because I don't want to get people's minds and hopes up to something I haven't vetted. I have to vet it.
Understood on that.
And see what you're actually saying. If either we are doing different pages or we're on the same page. I don't know. All right?
Definitely, bro.
All right, brother. All right, appreciate the info, though. All right, peace.
No problem. All right.
All right, let's go to, we actually got another caller, 919-492.
Okay.
Yo, what's up, G Money? What's going on, brother?
Hey, man, I'm chilling, man. I'm just tuning in, man. Yo. And I just called you to tell you I appreciate what you sent me. I put that in the mail this morning.
Now, be careful. That has not been released to the world yet.
Oh, no, brother, let me tell you something, bro. Listen, one thing about me. Yo, I'm going to give you 100. You already know, because if you did, you wouldn't even be dealing with me. If you ain't feel like I was that type of, because me and you done did something, man, listen.
Right.
Yo, listen, I probably got, me personally, to be perfectly honest with you, I probably got, the stuff that I got from you. Hell, I probably could have made me 20 or 30 bands off of it. You know what I'm saying? But no, I ain't. You know what I'm saying? That ain't what I do.
No,
you know what I'm saying?
Right. No, it's not that I'm not. You know, I know you wouldn't do that because that's why I trusted you with the information.
Listen, you think,
and that's why I sent it to you.
Right. So you think about it like this, okay? Yo, listen, you remember with the passport thing? I probably was the first person who did it. And you know what I'm saying?
You were one of the first person that did it. Yeah.
Yeah. So you know what I'm saying? Because of the situation. You know what I'm saying? So.
Right.
I mean, I got to keep. Hey.
We keep and so far it has kept you at home.
Yeah, I'm home. So listen, I ain't man. Like I told somebody today, it's so much. I seen my baby's mother last night. She said, I said I got to go report. She was like, but the same thing. She said, you ain't got no lawyer. I said, no. I said, I've been fighting this thing for 3 years. I know other people who had a lawyer. They been gone. So something got to be something right.
Yeah.
So,
Well, listen, I've seen you through a lot. You still walking and talking. So I give you stuff, you follow the directions, and you good. So some people we kind of talking in code, but because only you and I know what's going on. But I appreciate you following through on that. You should have it back pretty soon.
Yeah, I hope so.
When you get it.
I'm gonna tell you what I did.
Listen, mail, right?
Yeah, I did everything like you know what I'm saying. Instruction said.
Okay.
So listen, but last week I'm gonna tell you what I did last week. Last week I sent off my I've been procrastinating. I sent off my the Social Security thing. I did it before. Listen, I did it before. No, I did it before, right? But when I did it, right, they sent me back something saying that they needed a copy of my ID, and they wanted real, like, because I sent them a copy. I changed the heading on it to Social Security, but they wanted an official document. So what I did this time, I made one that said Social Security, but also I just sent the other thing with it, so they know it's official. They'll send it back.
Right.
So they can look at that one and know. The only thing I did is change the heading on it from passport to Social Security. So, but letting them know I sent a copy to them for Social Security, but letting them know it's the same wording for that one that got approved from them. So y'all should do the same thing. Follow suit.
Yes, that's where I'm teaching it now. You take the explanatory statements and just change it to Social Security Administration.
Right.
That's all.
But I did that. Akeem, but they wouldn't do it. They sent it back to me saying they needed like a certified document. So what I did this time, I made the one that says Social Security on the top, right? And what I do, I attached my what I attached to? I attached something to it, and then I also just sent a copy of the other one, or the passport one. So they can see the official boom, boom, boom. But they said they'll send back everything. So, but just showing them proof that, you know what I'm saying, everything's official. So I kind of, because listen, I'll be picking up on when you saying, because listen, you say it's going to be a package, right? So I'm thinking the package is going to be all of these certified documents.
Yep.
Along with the trust.
Yep.
I mean, and that thing I did this morning, what you sent me, that make it real even more powerful, because probably the same word in that is going to be the trust too. You know, where you got to
see, now you got me on fire now. That I got to soak something.
Listen, I read through the whole thing, right? All the places where you got an initial, right?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Yo, there's a powerful statement right there, bro.
Yes, they are. Oh,
you know what I'm saying?
Hang on. Let's see where I was reading on trust, right? What state was I reading from? Let's see. Okay. And I was studying different states, and I'm going to read something. What, people thinking this is all of this. See, with a trust, you don't have to record a trust or register it. It doesn't have to. But one thing, whenever a trust is created, there's something that must be recorded. Got to be recorded. And you can't just record anyone. And it's down at the county. They got templates of it, but you can't. Let's see if this will do it. Will get me where I need to go. Here it is. This is out of the Georgia Code, and under Section 531220, express trust. Now, people got it in their mind that you have to name your trust express trust. Express trust, like I've been saying, it's just an expression of the trust. So when you create a trust and put the terms in it, you just express the trust. It doesn't have to be named express trust. So it's just about all trust or express trust because they express the trust, right? But here's Section A, the very top of it, shows you something. An express trust shall be created or declared in writing. So I just said that, right? And signed by the settler or an agent for the settler acting under power of attorney containing express authorization. Now, what I gave you to file was a power of attorney, right?
Right.
Now, who's the settler in the trust?
The creator.
Right. But in the case when we're talking about straw men, in the whole straw man theory, right? Who's the settler?
The straw man is
yes.
Or the other person.
So that entity is the settler, right?
Right.
So you can't do nothing for him unless you have power of attorney.
Right, exactly. And the thing about it,
on everything you sign, you're the authorized agent, right?
Right.
Who's the authorized agent? More than someone with the power of attorney to do
with
things.
The paperwork is showing them that you're not the settler.
Right.
I mean, I'm talking about the word is crucial. And I get it, I can. Listen, because when they certify copy come back, I can hit them with that.
Right. I can tell everybody on the air it's a power of attorney, but they don't know what that document actually says. So, But anyway. But yeah, there you go. There it is. We'll talk more about that in the future. That's something that's coming along with everything else. But I get that you get it because you had some things you need to take care of. So,
yeah, but listen, I'm pushing real hard to be one of those people you're adding to the mix.
Oh man, for sure, you're part of that. Come on, dog. You have to think about that.
No, listen, I ain't talking about the private member. I'm talking about one of them teachers. I want to give you that.
Oh, okay, yeah. We should have talked. There you go. Okay.
You know
there you go. All right. We're gonna definitely talk about that. Come on.
When you say goals, listen, one of my goals is, listen, I just want to help somebody else. I don't want them to go through what I went through to have to learn this information. Just do it. And it'll help them so much that they won't have to go through what I went through. You know what I'm saying? I ain't talking about no grown-ass man. I'm talking about the younger kids, man, who feel like they ain't got nothing better than what they've been seeing. You know what I'm saying? And it ain't nothing I got to tell them. It's just what I got to do. You know what I'm saying? Because I already know somebody looking. Always is. So it ain't about going out preaching to nobody. It's just how you move. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah,
you
so you know what I'm saying? That's the goal, man. I want to see young kids.
You done did some things and been successful.
Yeah, exactly.
You done did a lot.
So,
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
And a lot of people wondering.
You had wanted that job.
Yeah, I mean, everything on your own terms, I guess. You know what I'm saying? It just depends on how you bring it. It's just like you. It's kind of overwhelming sometimes, but at the end of the day, still it's on your own terms. You still can back off and kind of, do your thing. You know what I'm saying? Take a little break if you want to. It ain't like you got to do it. You know what I'm saying? Because you really don't got to do it. You can just do it for yourself and go to the top and be successful. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Really.
You're absolutely right.
But kind of, you could, but without doing what you do, you wouldn't meet a lot of people that you meet. You know what I'm saying?
No, you don't. You know
what I'm saying?
Just
like me being a listener, I don't meet the people you meet by, you know what I'm saying? Even though I know you, I don't meet the people you meet because you on the whole, your level is up there where I'm, you know what I'm saying? So you go to, it's just
I'm not up here. I'm just doing things different. We all the same.
But at the end of the day, it's like I'm a regular person. Listen, this is how it is right here. It's like I'm a regular person, the person that I am, right? And in the hindsight 2020 world, right? You Jay-Z.
There you go.
For real, bro. You like Rick Ross, Jay-Z, or some of the hottest rappers. Because listen, if you think about it, you can go ahead and you got the show. Look at your damn following. How many people you got?
Right. Yeah, I have a lot.
Your following could pack a lot of arenas. Think about it.
Yes.
If you had a seminar in an arena that like all your people can get to in a central spot, that shit would be crazy. It'd be some Madison Square Garden shit.
Yeah, you're right. You're
right. You know what I'm saying? So it's the same thing, bro.
And you know, you just opened my mind up to something, right? The only reason why it's not like that because I haven't let my mind go that far. Now you're not the first one who say that. Now you're the second one who said that this week. Like, and it's funny you use Jay-Z, right?
Yeah.
Because someone was discussing some things that was going down, and it was like, she said, you like Jay-Z right now. Everybody coming for you. You're hot. They said, you ain't nothing until they coming after you. And I was like, you know what? You're right. You're right.
Yeah.
Don't get upset. This is what happens when you reach a level of giving out the information. And I just wanted to give people the truth. Now, they want to follow all of the mess and get messy. That's on them. I warned you. I gave you the other side. You can't say you didn't hear the other side. Now, what I'm saying is you buy whatever, do business with whatever who you want to do business with. But here's what I'm saying. That's it. Give me paper.
For me, the proof in the pudding. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, I've been dealing with you. Y'all listen, and the crazy thing about it, I met you and Jonah together. Y'all was together when I met y'all. So, you see what I'm saying? So, I mean, it seems like, I don't know, but, I just feel like everything worked out how it's supposed to. You know what I'm saying? I don't play no favors. It is what
everything,
it is.
That's exactly what happens.
So, I don't worry about it.
I got a certain crew. I got a certain group of people I have to reach. I'm not going to reach everybody. Not everybody's going to want to hear what I have to say. But there's a certain group of people that need to hear what I have to say, and that's who I'm being sent to. And that's who I'm talking to.
Right.
And I know, just looking at history, nobody agrees with everybody. You had a man who came, according to the scripture, came to earth and healed and made people walk, made people see, and they still was criticizing him.
Right. It's always opposite. It ain't gonna never be. It ain't gonna never be.
A graveyard full of folk, and they'll still come at me. So hey, he did that. He doing devil worship.
Yeah, you always gonna have the people on the other side, man. So it's kind of like a double-edged sword. You know what I'm saying? Because if you got a lot of money, no matter how many people you help, you can't help enough people where somebody be like, that motherfucker giving his money out. Right. So you can't reach the whole world. You know what I'm saying? It's like this, like I told my man today. Listen, when I give out my charity, right? My charity, can I be the person who I choose to give it to? I don't got to give it to you. So you coming to me talking about you need something. I don't care what you need. I'm giving it over here to these people who I know need something. I really know you don't
give it to
you really,
according
you
to how your spirit moves you.
Exactly.
You give it according to how your spirit moves you. There's some people you can't give stuff to because you give them something that'll end up hurting you.
To make you, you'll give them something to make them hate you. Just like you told the story about y'all went on a trip. Y'all took the chick on the trip. She ain't had to pay for nothing. Then when she got back, she acted like she didn't know y'all, so she didn't speak to y'all.
Mm-hmm.
You remember you told that story?
That was that. I told a story about my parents who did that. We took her. Took her. She couldn't afford to go, and she was saying she couldn't afford. That might have been what she was saying until she didn't have to go. So my parents took that excuse away from her. She did it, and she basically turned on them. And that taught me a lesson that sometimes people tell you they can't afford something just so they don't have to do it. you know.
They don't got to pay.
Right. They don't have the same integrity you have. So, yeah.
Right. Man, I had so many people tell me, do you want, listen, I don't want it because I don't want it right now because I ain't greedy. When I need it, I'll let you know. Let all that build up.
Right.
How many times you ask me, do I want it? I ain't going to take it just because you're offering it to me because I don't need it. I ain't greedy. In the time of need, that's what I'm talking. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yep. All right, man. I appreciate you saying that, G. And, man, everybody got their hands back. If these people putting hands back up, like, it looked like the same callers I had just talked to, picked up on.
Man, listen, every time you talk to somebody different, man, you spark something. Somebody they maybe just talked to you, but they sparked something new, and some thought they might have had, they forgot about it or something. Listen. So, you know.
Yeah, I think this, I'm going to open up this 786 mic. Tasia, y'all got something to say? Y'all quiet in the background.
Taking it in.
You know, that was how I was, right, G, in the beginning. I was real quiet. I ain't say a whole lot. I just listened.
All
right.
No, at the beginning, you want to be real quiet. When you say something, you be cussing them over out.
Oh, those days are over.
Listen, I remember
I'm gonna turn over a new leaf.
At least you was honest, though, bro. But listen, right now, I still be I'd be hesitant to call you now. Like, listen, you remember the other day I talked to you, said, yo, I'm going to hit you when I get to such and shit. But I know you be busy and shit. And listen, I could just imagine how many people be emailing you, calling your phone, da-da-da.
Yo.
So listen, this is what I said to my, I got a conscience. I got a conscience. So this is what I said to myself. Yo, when I text you that morning, I was like, yo, I don't know. I didn't even really know how to text you and say this shit. So I said, I know 1,000 motherfuckers call on King. I don't want him to cuss me out. But I was like, yo, I hit you.
No, I ain't going to cuss you
out. Get it to you.
I'm way past that now. I've been delivered from that one.
No, I ain't saying it like that, but I know you get a lot of I ain't talking about people who you talk to like me. I'm just talking about random people hit you with questions. And
I still have a challenge with some of those, but I got to do a woosah, breathe, and say, you know, they calling because they need help. They don't really understand, and then I have to, calm down and then get in. But, I'm a whole lot better. Thanks to Reverend Ike and the Bible and just standing there reading that stuff, so they keep me kind of on chill mode. Yeah. All right, man, let me get these other calls, and we're going to call it a night. Man, I haven't done a 10 o'clock show in a while. Look, see, I'm telling you, the females that helped the show expand already.
You're right.
I'm 23.
Just hearing their voice.
You know when the last time I did a 3-hour show? Yeah. All right. Let's get this other call. I'll leave your mic open, G, if you want.
Okay, yeah, that's cool.
786-391.
Hello, Hakeem.
Yo, what's up? You had something else to say?
Yeah, this is Damien again. I ain't gonna be too long, but because I just want to explain what's going on right now. What is happening now is that you're giving a frequency that a lot of people can resonate with. So that's the reason why the hands are going back up, and people they just don't want to leave because you're giving out good vibes, and the people that receive it and it resonate with them, they it's good for them. So that's why the hands are coming back up, and the show is going on longer than it's supposed to. Because I recently been on your recent show. It said that you're not going to do any more 1 hour, 2 hours, or 3 hours, but we find out now that's not the case. So I just want to put that out there.
Look, somebody else has put their hand up. Look, it's like, yo, they like. So that's confirmation. Bringing the females in is confirmation.
Yeah, that's.
Yeah. Open it up. See, just having that energy connected expands everything. Just the energy. I'm telling y'all, the females are
the multipliers. Yeah,
right.
They can just having the energy there is very crucial as far as promoting a balance within existing. So it's good that we have the sisters there with the program. That's it for me.
Right. All right, Jamie, appreciate you coming back on. Let me get this other call that just put their hand up. 510-910. Peace. What's going on? How you doing, brother? You doing good?
Can you hear me?
Life's good?
Oh, that's
I can hear you.
That's there my life.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, good. I had got an email from you regarding your upcoming seminar, and let's see here. The driver's license correction. I'm trying to understand what that's about, and the SS5 correction.
Well, you understand what the passport is, right? How to do that, right? You familiar with what I teach on that?
I've been listening, but I haven't. I had spoke to you probably. It's been a while, and I had told you about my situation with the arrears on my child support, and you had advised me to get that handled first. But I procrastinated.
Yes, when it comes to the passport, but you can do your driver's license and basically the process I teach to do the passport, the correct nationality, you would do that on your driver's license and your SS5. So in your case, you would do everything in reverse. You go ahead and correct the driver's license through your nationality, and then you would correct your SS5 through your nationality while you're working on that child support situation where we can shut that down. Right now, I am in the lab working on a process and a suit against the states that's blocking people from getting passports because of child support. So that's one of the reasons why, I have help now. Now I can, I don't have to do 2 shows a week, and so I can go and work on these suits because these states are really stepping on people's rights by blocking you because of child support. You can't travel because you're behind on child support. That is unconstitutional, and is also against the Article of Confederation. Your right to ingress, and egress. So I'm doing that now, actually, for somebody.
Yeah.
And once I do that, which I know everything I do, I know I'm going to be successful at it. It will work. We will crack it. It's just I got to have time to do it and just sit down and when I do stuff, I wait till the spirit moves me, and then I do it in one big session. It's done, So
right.
That
now,
solution is coming.
I'm trying
this year before the summer.
So what exactly do you mean when you say driver's license correction? Hold on. That's
you didn't hear what I said about correcting your nationality on your driver's license. Right now, they're looking at you as a U.S. citizen.
Oh, I see.
And I'm taking that presumption away and putting you into your proper status.
Oh, I see.
Or you're doing it. I'm going to show you how to do it. Not me. I'm not doing it. You're doing it for yourself. I'm going to show you how to do that.
Oh. Okay.
The key is you got to get rid of all of them U.S. citizen presumptions.
Right.
Got to. Right. So now with your issue with the child support, that's going to help me shut that down because that law that they have to block you is for U.S. citizens. Not for national.
I got you. Yeah.
All right, bro.
So I need to take care of that first, then we can. But
we got to attack it from all directions. When it comes to child support, they're relentless. They have become. It used to be a time I used to bust them up, boom, done. Now they got me going 12 rounds with them. I have to do what you call. Yeah. I gotta get conditioning with them, because they've gotten rough because they don't want to let go of that money. That's free money for them. That's their gravy chain, child support.
Right. Interesting. All right. Well, I'm gonna make it to Atlanta. You that's in North Carolina, right?
I'm in North Carolina. I'm
saying where you're gonna have a seminar, North Carolina.
Right. Yes,
the upcoming seminar is going to be in North Carolina, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, it is.
Right. Oh, okay. Yeah.
All right.
I'm gonna make it there.
Okay.
I gotta. Yeah. All right then. Peace. Appreciate it.
Okay. Look forward to seeing you there. All right. Thank you.
All right.
All right. It's 9:51. Let's get this last one and we're done. 215-760.
Oh. Thank you, brother, for taking this call again. But can you hear me?
Yeah, I saw you put your hand back up.
Yeah. But it's just like the brother said previously about, us putting our hand back up. You are giving off such a positive and inviting energy that, at least for me, that, I just want to just connect with you on a real basis, if that makes sense.
Right. That makes sense.
I emailed you. Yeah, I emailed you already a couple times.
Did you?
Yeah. Can you check it?
How long ago was this?
When I was talking to you, I was emailing you. So I'm not sure how long.
Did you send it to because I don't see any new emails under what name or email address? Or just give me the beginning part of it.
You said Akeem. What's the email?
That's my AkeemL.com is my website. The email address is Akeem@AkeemL.net. So you might have sent it to the wrong, because I didn't get anything. So
yeah, well, I didn't.
Let me check the junk.
No, I didn't send it to that. I don't think you told me that. And then I went to your website, and I've seen the various consultations. So, in listening to you, you said the best way that how you do it is through the passport and the driver's license.
Right. So see,
you take them for
if you look at the consultation, the one for $1,500, that's for the passport, but that's not just the passport. That's the passport, SS5, driver's license, and taking you through that whole process. And then after that process, I'm going to show you the path to setting up your trust correctly, getting your correct filings so that you can get your recoupments at the end of the year through your trust. What I mean by recoupments, just say you go in, you purchase something like a car or something. You want to be able to discharge that properly through your trust. And that's as much as information I'm going to give you on that process. I really don't want to. That's something I really want to teach on the private side. And that's part of that $1,500 process. So you don't have to, there's no charge for the private membership. You just come on in because you did that. Then I'm going to give you all the information on how to get your trust, put you in touch with the right people that's going to give you the right trust, create your EINs without having your social connected to it. All of that comes with it. For instance, the guy who does the trust, he's going to get the EIN for you. And you don't have to worry about getting it and having to connect your social to it. You'll be far removed from that. And, people don't understand corrective status has to do with having a proper trust, too. Set up. And operating out of that trust all of your affairs. You see?
Okay, well, I'm on board with that.
Yeah.
I'm on board with that. I'm getting started with that with you.
Okay. All right?
Okay. All right.
All right, thanks for coming back on. All right. Jessica and Tasia.
Yes.
Thanks for coming in. Just that, look, just y'all energy brought more to the show. You see that? See how that did? Yeah. It's not. I haven't done a show to 10 o'clock in a while. And one of the reasons why I haven't done a show to 10 o'clock because it takes a lot out of me to go 3 hours. But it was pretty much a cakewalk. Yo, guess what? Somebody else put their hand up. Hang on. Let's get this. This is definitely the last one. We have 5 minutes. That's 4 minutes. We ain't gonna be long with it. 773-383.
Yo, peace to the God, Akeem.
Hey, what's going on?
Hey, this is Marquise.
Yo, what's going on?
Hey, man, I love the energy.
Quickly, but go ahead.
I want to say, man, to the ladies, man, welcome. Queens, welcome. I appreciate your energy. I thank y'all for what y'all bring to the table, and I love it. I just want to tell y'all welcome and peace. That's what's up.
Thank you.
Okay, Marquise, appreciate that. And I appreciate it too. Yeah. All right, yo. So that's it. Thanks. Great show tonight. You know, the 2 teammates. We might have one more probably. Gee, you know, I've been helping him out for years now. Actually, he's the one who got me into owning a car dealership. He put me in touch with the guy that owned it. The guy had some issues, and I came in and took over for him and took over the whole dealership. But, yeah, actually, G's the one who put me in touch with that guy. So I'm thanking him for that. Any last words before we shut it down? Ladies?
No.
Can y'all hear me? No? Y'all were thinking about it. Okay.
Yeah, it's been a pleasure.
All righty. All right, thanks for coming on. I guess Thursday. Lights, camera, action. We'll get together tomorrow so I can show y'all how to do y'all show, build it, and all of that. We'll get together. All right, everybody, good night. Thanks for tuning in. I'm trying to think, what am I going to leave the people with? We had such a good show. No, I'll leave a little Daniel Caesar.